Right, Realo, I think we are a go. We're playing more chess. Not enamoured, we're starting off as black. He's going for the cheap, you know, mate. But the way that you get around it is you need the knight here to protect the pawn. You put this here as a blocker to the queen. They move the queen here. You put the knight here. It's protected by the queen. Sometimes you see some weird shit like the bishop move back because they want to try and make you forget that there's this looming mate threat. I can't ever move this knight out of the way, you see, really, otherwise it would be mate. However, if I come over it, that's an odd move for him. Really odd move. Maybe he's trying to support this, you know, and get this knight out of the way. But now, it's problem solved. We're going to castle. Fine. Scholar's mate, Realo is what that's called. The 3-4 move checkmate or whatever it is. Sometimes easily missed, you know what I mean? Especially if you've been on a bender and, you know, you're a few deep and you're absolutely wankered. Right, our centre's a slight issue. We want to activate Bish Bish. Definitely want to get him, you know, into the game. Let him get some skin in the game, Realo. Safety is paramount, so let's castle. Because, you know, there's a bit of pressure. He's not that well developed, though, Realo, for white. That sounds really racist, doesn't it? That white ought to be developed a lot quicker than black. That sounds really bad. Am I the only person to you know, to propagate this, to make this connection? Now, I don't really understand what that's doing either, other than maybe putting bishop here. This is a known chess theory, Realo, to get rid of this stalwart defender of this setup with Kingford in the corner. But I mean, at what cost? At what cost? At what cost? Why am I hearing noises in my house? Anyway, let's concentrate. What can we do here? I mean, something like this is okay. I mean, it means that the knight is on the sidelines, but it might want to come to here anyway, threatening the queen, threatening this undefended pawn. You know, it might be useful. It just means that if we see this, we can take, and we haven't got any queen takes. Do you know what I mean, Realo? Sneaky, cheap tactics from our man from... I'm going to go out on a limb here and say Italy. Thank God I can recognise our neighbours' flags, Realo. Otherwise we'd all be in a lot of bloody trouble. Now here's a point where I could probably attempt this. I mean, you know, drinking some whiskey, and it's not bad whiskey either. It's your old classic Glenmorangie, which pretends to be like a fancy single malt. You know, it makes one feel appreciated, important. Ooh, now here's a tactic, Realo, that I didn't see before. The only problem is it could lose us. Essentially, if we push the pawn here, Realo, we're attacking the bish, obviously, and it's a discovered attack on the queen. So if he moves the bishop out of the way, then we take the queen. He can come down, take, and he'll get two. Hang on, no, what did I just say? Here, take, right, and then move. Yeah. It's an all-round good bet, I think, Realo. I think it's a winner. Calling out a winner, baby. That's the thing. I mean, I'm playing obviously very low-rated players. I've dropped down from like 1,000, 1,100. I think I decided I'd have a clean sweep and try one of these silly. Oh yeah, there's a counter gambit, but again here, then here. Okay, so that actually protects his his stuff. But let's just have a think about this. He takes. If he takes, I take the queen. So I think it's fine. It's a nice idea, like counter-attack one of my pieces and block this attack on the queen. But his problem, Relo, is that if he goes for horsey face, then Queenie Tits is going to get her tits drubbed into oblivion by Bish Bish, who, let's be honest, he's not the best, he's not the most powerful, and he's not the most powerful, not the chunkiest, not the strongest of strikers, but he is sneaky. He's sneaky. He comes in at angles, and he would love to get his paws upon the queen's nips. I guarantee you that, mate. I mean, I don't need to be an expert in chess to tell you that. He would absolutely love to fluff those pillows right up, and discover. Is it a young queenie? Are they nice and pert and firm? And am I going to get some, some resistance? Like a little bit of resistance, some like, 1 2 1 2 1 2, or is it going to be like, like a fucking a sack of, like a sandbag, like an old school sea defense, down at Ramsgate or whatever, and he's just like thud, and he's just like, oh fucking hell, it's hurting my knuckles, mate. This isn't fun anymore. He's yet to discover that, and I think that's part of the charm in terms of Bish Bish's journey in the game of chess. Right. Anyway, if I move here, then it also harasses the pawn, because this is what's called a pin, really, which you're more than familiar with. Otherwise Bishop gets to enact his very, very, very horrible plan upon the queen. This pawn cannot undergo any kind of like sneak attacks. I still haven't watched the new June movie, only because I'm a massive David Lynch fan. I love the original film. I know it was supposed to be picked up originally by Jodorowsky, I think, the Chilean director, and also Terry Gilliam, I think, had the project at one point. I mean, that's a big movie there, man. June, what an absolute legendary sci-fi piece. Right, anyway, enough about that. We need to actually get busy here and not lose on time. So we've got this. We need to get the rook into the game, so I don't know, maybe just up here. I'm kind of panicking now. If I go here, it challenges the defender, and we can take at some point. I'm not very good at drawing arrows, Relo, in case you didn't realise. Possibly better at drawing arrows than I am at assessing flag locations. But I'm sure there's room for improvement, and I can endeavour to get better. Much, much better. OBS, how are we doing, son? We're recording. Are we recording the right things? I think so. OBS won't have me recording Zomboid at all. It's being a nightmare. I just can't get it to work, really. I don't have the time that I used to be able to play, 2,000 hours on Project Zomboid. And apologies, Micky. I know you. If you're watching this, I know you are one of my devout supporters of the Zomboid series, which I will be eternally grateful for. And it's a great game. If anyone hasn't played it, it's a frustrating game. It's like Sims with zombies, and you just get your dick kicked in over and over and over and over and over again. You die of disease, starvation, thirst, hunger, overheating, bleeding out, broken legs, and just getting devoured by zombies millions of times over. But it's one of those trial and error games where you play it once and you think, oh shit, right, I got absolutely mullered. Okay, I'm going to learn from that, and you play it again, and you kind of like, you play, you learn, you play, you learn, you play, you learn, and that's what being human is, right? It's adapting. and adjusting and getting better at stuff. That's what makes us so resilient and so brilliant and so terrifying as well, I suppose. If I'm getting deep, Realo, going down a deep path here. Let's counteract that with a little bit of Glenmorangie wannabe whiskey. My man's got some sort of a. Is he got a racket, or is he running with a bunch of flowers, or has he got like an Olympic torch or something? I had a really vivid dream last night where I was in some ancient Greek city at the top of a mountain, looking down at the coastline, and there were like three world wonders or something, like old forts or points of interest and stuff, and with these flaming torches. It was nuts. Okay, right, we finally get some movement. What was I supposed to do? I think it's this, and then we'll see if we get this. He is defending. But at this point, I don't care. Like, I was massively behind on time, Realo, so I just wanted to shove a move in there. I think that's quite a decent move because, yeah, he's defended this square, and oh gosh, I mean, what do I do here, Realo? I need to maybe get the knight out of the way. Do I put the knight here? Do I do this? And then we get this. Right here, takes, and then takes. I hit the queen, but it really opens up things for Kingford, which is not good because he doesn't really want to be exposed. You know, he's got some secrets, and our job is to keep them, to make sure that he's okay. Now, I don't know if this is a good or a bad move. It cuts off the queen from this diagonal, but I'm just going to play it anyway. We're running out of time, and I'm getting more and more drunk on imposter whiskey. Oh, knight here is actually not a bad move. Why didn't I play that? This is cut off. Yeah, maybe knight here is something to consider because, you know, the queen will move, whatever, won't move there, I'll move here, or maybe here, or wherever. Same thing here, I think. I mean, maybe this is a purposeful move. He wants to maybe reposition the queen. I might end up helping him do that by positioning over here. But something like this and this, I think, strengthens our case. And this is no longer, yeah, it's no longer pinned, so I need to move it anyway. There we go, reload. And this is a good outpost for the, you know, for Horsey Man, because although he's surrounded by the enemy can't do naught to him, right? You understand? I think that's an expression in chess, like an outpost, where basically you cannot be harassed or assailed by the lower caste, you know. Now I could go here and take the bishop, but his bishop's not doing shit. It's a fairly inactive piece, and we're always going to have this move. Queen's not really going to take here. Is he looking to play this? Maybe. I think maybe this to prepare this reload. That's the play that we're going to go for, mate. We're running low on time. You know what I'm like with time. I'm always going to lose on time and stress you out and upset you. This is another thing as well to consider. Is Queenie here because she's not doing much, and his back rank is really bloody passive, mate. And it might be time to consider activating, you know, Agent Zarkov, aka Queenie Face. Because, I mean, even to offer up a queen trade is quite problematic. Right, I see. So, yeah, he's offering up the trade. And once this moves, if it moves, we've also got pressure from the bishop. But I quite like this spot. I don't really want a pawn on there unless the pawn is supported by another pawn, which is problematic. So I think this might be the way to go, although this could be somewhat. Yeah, I think I've messed up. I think I've messed up because if he pushes this pawn, then I think I just have to move back. Otherwise, I'm going to lose the bishop. It's supported by the queen, and I've only got one attacker, from what I can tell, Realo. That Glen Morae's not going to drink itself, Realo, let me tell you. Speaking of men running, okay. He's been quite merciful and allowed us to prod and poke at Queenie Face. Speaking of men running, I don't know if you guys have seen, it's some weird British festival, Gloucester or somewhere. Cheese wheel, they run a wheel of cheese downhill, and you've got all these people. It's a really gnarly fucking, like, majorly acute angle hill, like proper danger zone. And you've got all these people like absolutely caning it down this hill, and one geezer just annihilates himself. Apparently he's not dead, because that was everyone's concern. But yeah, like the speed though, that he's sprinting down this fucking like crazily steep hill, and he just absolutely like annihilates it. He's like, I can't describe it. He flies down the hill, does like a backflip, and then like he lands on his back, and you just think, shit me Jenkins, is he dead? You know, is he all right? Now I think this is a free piece. I think this is a free piece because it's supported by Queenie Face. So I'm just going to take this. Sorry, Realo, I'm here banging on. He's actually got less time than me, which is unusual. I don't think he's trapping me. I mean, this, and I take... Yeah, I don't think he's trapping me. I've got plenty of options here. You can go here. I just move back, and then I move back. Yeah, Queenie's got escape routes, you know. She's copping it sweet, Realo. She's okay, you know. And this is quite devastating as well. If he does not continue to harass me, he can take this, of course. What here? Or should I just get rid of the knight? Where can the knight go? I like to connect my rooks, Realo. Let's put this rook here, just defend the knight. That's the threat. That's the threat, right? Right, okay, why is he doing that? I don't need to worry about it, Realo. I'm just going to start sweeping up pawns. He's got 3 seconds left. Okay. For once, we won on time. For once. Today is the 31st of May, Realo. It's 20 past midnight, so it's early on the 31st of May. I'll try and get this episode out as soon as possible, bruv. I hope you're well, dude. I hope Australia is treating you well. And for anyone else who's watching, peace and love. And I hope you're all good. That's not a cliche, by the way. Peace and love is what it's all about.